Hey champions, this is Arian Tyson out of St. Louis, Missouri, representing Slick Town to the fullest, and I'm just coming back at you to shoot a video today. It's been kind of a bittersweet day. I'm just leaving my second homegoing service in the last 8 days. Once again, I ask that you just continue to keep my family lifted up as we go through this time of transition. And I wanted to talk to you briefly about something that I experienced at this homegoing. For those of you all that know me on a personal level know that I have a very large family. And the thing that seemed to just resonate with me today was when you go to a homegoing service, you normally hear about people giving, expressions of sympathy, words of condolences, and, they're normally reflecting and thinking back to, good times and, lessons that were taught by the person that's, gone on to be with the Lord. And a lot of that resonated today, but the main thing that really stuck out to me today was there was a certain word that kept coming up that really spoke to me, and that word was legacy. Legacy. And it just kept being said. It was said at least a half dozen times today. And, that's something that I've really been focused on going through 2013. And, as we end 2013 and go into 2014 and beyond, no matter what we do, it plays a part in our legacy. And my question to you today is, what legacy are you building? And let me preface my comments. It's one thing to go through life thinking that you can't make mistakes, or you just have to be perfect. And that's so far from the truth. The reality is that, none of us are perfect. We all are going to make mistakes. But it's two things that really stick with me, that really speak out to me when I think about mistakes I've made, mistakes I'm going to make. Is number one, to own up to the mistakes that we will undoubtedly make. And two, learn the lesson that comes from making mistakes. Oftentimes, people go through life with the fear of failure. And I'm speaking from my own standpoint, where I lived my life for a long time, with a fear of failing. And so there were many times that I succeeded, but there were also those times where I failed, and it devastated me. And it got to a point where it crippled me, to the point where there were things that were, placed on my heart to do that I probably knew that I would succeed at, but because out of the fear of the unknown, but because of that fear of failure, because I had failed in the past, it stalled me, and it made me not only hesitate, but it paralyzed me to the point that I was unwilling to take action. And so not only did I miss out on a lot of lessons in the long run, but I end up becoming naive to a lot of things that ultimately life will teach us. And so I tell people now that because I've broken away from being scared to make mistakes, it has allowed me to speak freely. It has allowed me to live life and not just exist. Now, does that give me license to just do whatever I want to do with no repercussions? Of course not. But it means that I am living a life with little to no fear whatsoever. I fear little, and I'm starting to regret less, because I'm going after what is in my heart, and I'm going after, I feel that I deserve to live the life that I desire to live. And, some of you may be in that place right now where you feel the same way, where you feel that that what works for one person may not necessarily work for you. So that it's time to do something different, but for some reason you're afraid to pull the trigger, whether it's because of the people that you have around you, whether it's because of your own fear of failure, your own fear of the unknown. One thing that I do know is that trying is an excuse of not doing something, because you believe that you're going to fail. Either you're going to do something or you're not going to do it. Trying is straddling the fence. Trying starts in the mind. If you go into something with a try mentality, you're not going to give a wholehearted effort. You're going to give a half effort. And when you want something out of life, when you want to truly succeed in a task that you set out for, you cannot go into it trying. You either have to not do it, or you just simply have to do it. It is what it is. And so for those of you who may be listening to this, who may be watching this, who are in that place, it's the end of 2013. And, most people, they make these ridiculous New Year's resolutions that they never stick to. Well, I'm going to start, I'm going to come out the gate on January 1st. Coming from 2 homegoings in 8 days, who's to say that you're going to have to January 1st? And I'm just being realistic. But the reality is you have to start now. You can't live in the past, and the future is not necessarily promised. But what you do right now in the present is what counts. And so I challenge you to go after your dreams and make them happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but you have to be willing to get started. Lose the try mentality and tell yourself you're going to do it by whatever means necessary. Now, that doesn't mean to just, throw caution to the wind, so to speak. But it does mean that you're going to have to make some type of sacrifice for a greater goal if you want to live a extraordinary life. And so what I can take from leaving this home going was that anyone that is able to leave a lasting legacy that is passed down from their children to their grandchildren to their great-grandchildren, and if they're, fortunate like Grandpa Young was to see great-great-grandchildren, you have lived an extraordinary life. You might not have a lot of money, but you have lived an extraordinary life when you're able to see not 1, not 2, not 3, but 3 generations or more come after you. And what I would love for you to do is, if you're someone that knows that you're ready to start now, no excuses, then I encourage you to connect with me. I encourage you to reach out to me and understand that you can't know where you're going until you have a written plan. Most people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. You have to write your plan. You have to protect your plan, because everybody is not going to agree with your plan. Everybody is not going to accept your plan. But understand that when you are in tune to what the higher power has told you to do, and you're willing to walk boldly into it, keys open doors, and doors will open up, and people will come into your life that will bless you wholeheartedly, that will bless you beyond belief. You will be able to make skeptics, you will be able to make believers out of those skeptics. And so I challenge you to connect with me. I challenge you to click the link below. Feel free to email me, because at the end of the day, we truly have one life to live, and what we do matters, even if we don't think it does, because we have a voice in this world and we deserve to be heard. And so it's time for you to wake up your dreams, because to keep putting them off, the worst thing you could do is have your life end with regrets. So I'm going to talk to you soon. I'm about to go in here and get my workout on. But click the link below, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.